we just got up to our spot. We're going to a piece we're hoping hasn't been pressured very much this year. And we're gonna get back in it. Try and get back in the back corner of it. There's supposedly, we got an elevated island in this marsh. It's a spot Fred and I thought about going to duck hunt, and we were like, it's just too much work to go in there. But that's kind of what we're looking for deer hunting, is the spots that it's just too much work for other people to get in. It's a funky year. It's 2020. It's a COVID year. DNR's got all sorts of crazy rules. You could hunt with a shotgun during muzzleloader season, and this year on late doe season, which is December 14th through January 1st, late doe season, you can use a muzzleloader on state land to shoot either a doe or a buck.
It's a great opportunity to get deep into some state land and find a buck that's been hiding out. We're gonna go in and we're gonna get on some signs, some tracks. We'll set up and see what shows itself.
Well, we worked our way in about 300 yards from the truck before we cut into the swamp. Started making our way towards the island in the middle of it. We weren't seeing too much for deer sign. We were pretty hopeful we'd see some tracks and beds once we got out on this island. It's just super thick, swampy country. And I think a lot of deer probably get bumped onto this piece of property throughout the season.
Just barely made it through the swamp alive. The other side.
Show them the water line.
I say we get up on this ridge and pick one of these trees overlooking the swamp. What do you think?
I like it, Fred. And let me tell you, folks, for a couple young fellows looking for some deer hunting action, we were just chomping at the bit once we, got up in the tree and looked and saw what we were working with here. Fred and I liked it so much, when the hunt ended, we actually thought about staying and maybe making some kind of shelter to hold us over for a few days, because it was just such a great spot and we knew the deer would be there eventually. We just really never wanted to leave, mostly because it was just going to be such a pain in the butt getting out of there. Pretty soon, Fred and I thought we'd bring the action to us. And unfortunately, it ended up being one of those cases I dread most, where it just looks like such a great spot, but the deer aren't in it, and that's what the sign shows you too. And we called her a night. Folks, you really gotta want it. Fred and I are deep in water in this swamp on our walk out here. You gotta do what you gotta do to get through it, I guess. Can't stay out here all night. Morning, guys. Just got out to state land. on the south end of the piece. Fred and I were hunting last night. As you can see, I got the old Scion XA on about a, I don't know, 3 to 4% downgrade here. And, you know, no excuses. So my plan today, this morning, I'm gonna try and take a different route and to go get this stand. I got the waders on, I'm a little more prepared. And yeah, I'm gonna check out the sign. We didn't see too much on the end we were on yesterday that we went in. I was wondering if it's any different in here, and already I found deer tracks. Looks like they're working the south end of the swamp. All those deer tracks I found were going off of the state land onto the private. Not doing what I hoped they were doing. Working their way back to where we had our setup. But it's pretty cool back here. You got a ridge on both sides of the swamp. And it kind of V's. And it V opens up to the north. And I definitely think maybe during rut, this could be a good area to get in. Well guys, this is kind of what I'm dealing with. Coming to get the stand, but I think it's about to open up in about 15 yards. Got our stand taken down, packed up, and I beat feet out of there. Fred and I met up for our evening hunt, and we went back to the oldest trick in the book. Hunt where there are deer, not where you think the deer should be. And went back to the spot. We had kicked up a few deer and seen a couple deer while hunting. And ended up running into some more. We took our time getting in there, and along the way we liked what we saw. Found some pretty good deer sign, a lot of deer tracks from what we could tell, and found some deer hair and deer droppings. We probably got back in about 250 yards and bumped a doe up. This is Fred trying to get a shot on her, but she just worked back in the thicket where we couldn't do anything. But she kind of stuck around. Within 100 yards we could kind of see her, and she wasn't frightened, so we kept working away in a little bit. Fred and I ended up bumping a couple more deer, and yeah, folks, unlike our first spot that we hunted the day before, this is where you want to be, and that's where there are deer. Unfortunately, we didn't connect on one, but that's not to say we didn't take anything away from the hunt. You can bet your butt we'll be back. Yeah, we're super excited, are we not?
We are.
We are.
I don't know what he's talking about. There's not a deer within 10 square miles out here.